Hey everybody, Brandon here from SnowmodRC. Today we are installing the Enduro Gatekeeper Panhard plate to our original Sendero. So if you've seen the Gatekeeper, it comes out with this fancy, nice new metal Panhard mount. So you can buy this separately, and I will leave a link in the description below, and you can replace the plastic one on your Sendero or trail walker. So here we go, we're gonna get into it. First of all, you will need the following. Secondly, once you have gathered all the needed items, you will want to remove your driver's side front tire. You will want to remove at least one screw in both shock towers, left and right. And you will also want to remove your shock, lay it out of the way, and remove your upper Panhard. Once you have done so, take a pencil and mark off right at the edge of the frame across your factory plastic Panhard mount. In this case, to save some time, I have already cut mine off, and I used a Dremel tool to shave this down to a nice curved shape, so it looks like the Panhard was never even there. Now, you will also want to remove your bumper, because in this step I have opted to install this exactly like the Gatekeeper is. So in this step, the way we're going to do this, you will need to take this entire servo mount out of the chassis for a little modification here in a few moments. So again, make sure you have all this removed. One screw at least, leave in each shock tower for now, and then remove your front bumper and of course the shock and the Panhard, so you can have full access here. Once you're inside here, you're going to want to take your mount here. This is the actual plate that will be on the frame itself, and then this will mount, this piece right here will mount to whatever corresponding holes to get your Panhard angle correct. Now, something to note here, the easiest way to do this I found is to lay the car on its side, and it's much easier to hold this up to where it's supposed to be and get your holes marked than trying to do it from the side here like this. So turn your car on its side, hold this in place, take your pencil, mark your holes on your frame. The top edge is basically right just barely over the start of the bend in the frame. That seems to be right about where the Gatekeeper one is also, so I'm trying to keep it kind of identical. I've already got my holes marked there, so we're going to take our 3mm drill bit here in a second, and we are going to drill this out here and this out here, and I'll show you why in a second. I have not moved the servo cross brace mount yet. So let me grab the drill, let's put some holes in the frame here, and we'll continue. Alright, as you can see, we have our holes drilled here and here, ready to mount this plate on here. Looks pretty good. Move that out of the way. So now, this next step, you're going to take your two screws out of your shock mounts so that you can take this center cross brace slash servo mount out. The reason I didn't take it out yet is because when I drilled through here on the Gatekeeper on this cross brace, there's actually a notch cut out behind here on it, so that this plate is actually mounted to the frame, not into the cross brace. So now that I've left that on there, the holes I drilled will mark where I need to trim out of the cross brace once I take it off. So that is why we left it on while we drilled the holes in the frame. The moment I saw plastic coming out on the drill bit, we took it out, and now we'll move on to what we were just mentioning. So let's get that out, and we'll go to the next step. Alright, so we have our cross brace removed from the frame, just resting here. And here are our holes that we drilled for the new piece. So you need to basically take your Dremel And you need to clear off basically enough for an M3 nut. So we're going to do probably right about there. Probably right about there. And then here we'll just shave off that side that way. So there we go. We got our marks. Let's shave that out and we can start putting it back together. We got our notches cut out. I have right there and trimmed that off. I have verified that an M3 nut will sit in there just fine. And now it is time to put it back together. So what you want to do is take your M3x8 tapered screws, mount them through here, nut them on the back side. So this piece is completely secured to the frame by itself. Now we're going to reassemble the car completely except for the upper panhard. Alright, so we have our car back together here. All that's left is the shock itself, which you could probably put back on, but I wanted to keep it out of the way so you guys can see. And then we have our upper panhard mount sitting right here. So all that's left is we're going to attach this to here with our M3x8 screws. I'm going to start with the middle hole and then mount everything up and then go from there and check the angle. Alright, so you can see we got the install done. This is all on here. We mounted the screw up for the panhard and it's looking pretty good. The last step here, once you get your car assembled, is right here. You want to double check that your panhard angle and your drag link angle are as close to the same as possible. And I know it may not look like it from down there, but these are exactly spot on. You can see them moving together really nicely. So your install is complete. You have your new panhard mount. Hopefully you found this useful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.